Okay, this is the 11th video in the series, but it's the first of the 5-minute videos. And I thought I would put a little program together that you can play like a game, like a kind of a game, right? And so when I was a kid at school, we used to do this thing called Pig Latin, where you would take the first letter of your name and you'd put on the end and add AY at the end. So for example, if my name is Nicholas, then my Pig Latin name would be Icarus N-A-Y, so Icarus Nay. So it takes the first letter from here and it puts it on the end and then add the word AY at the end. So I thought we could do a program where we make Pig Latin in Python and then run it. I've seen this done with 10 lines of code and 15 lines of code and so on and so forth, but you can actually do it in 2 lines of code, and we can use the skills that you've got from the first 10 videos plus a few little extra things, and we can make this work. So let's start with a variable, and the variable is going to be an input, and we're going to ask just to enter your name. So please enter your name. So the person's going to enter their name into the program. In fact, let's make sure we put a colon and a space so they're not writing hard up against the word name. Close the brackets, and we're going to make sure that it comes in lowercase because we don't want capital letters in the middle of our name. We just kind of want it to be all lowercase. So all of that input statement, all of that you could have got from the first 10 videos. It's a simple input statement asking a name. It'll come out in lowercase and kept in a variable called name. Okay, so now what are we going to do with it? We need to get the first letter and we need to put it at the end, plus we need to add the word AY. So let's do a print statement to print the name. We want to print the name, but we don't want to print all of it. So in actual fact, we're going to use some square brackets, which sort of indicates that the word name has been put into a variable in the form of a list, right? So we're going to use the first. We're going to start at point 1 in the list, and then we're going to look at the length of the name, So you can put in any length name when you're putting this in for the game, and then we want to go to the end of that square bracket. So I'll explain this section here. This is saying from position 1 in the variable name, going through to the whole length of the name, to the end of whatever the whole name is, okay? So it's going from position 1. Now, when you have a list, the first letter would be position 0. So this will start at the second letter. So the second letter all the way through to the end of the name, that's what we're going to get. So essentially, we've taken the first letter off the name there by doing that section there. Next, we're going to go to we want to put the first letter back in. So we're going to just go plus, and then we're going to go name again. Then we're going to put our square brackets and we're going to put in 0. So that line there is going to choose the first letter only of the word name, of the variable name. It's choosing only the first letter. So now we've got from the second letter to the end plus the first letter. Now all we have to do is add the plus AY. We do inverted commas, AY, close bracket, and that should work. That should be our whole program. So let's just hit Command S and save that. We need to save that as, let's call it Pig Latin. And we'll save that to the desktop and hit save. And let's just run that and make sure that works. Okay, please enter a name. So let's put Nicholas. And it runs. Icarus Nay, so that works. Let's just run it again just to test that it works with, say, a shorter name. So let's put Peter. And the P should go to the end, so it should be Eatapay, which it is, Eatapay. So that's just a 2-line little program. You have a little bit of fun doing some Pig Latin where you put the first letter to the end and then add the word AY at the end.